For Madam Gertrude Sokono, I ain't no John Dramani Mahama, I be adie ewo and this Amamoko now be a president no and the remover a buyer and that nonsense. I'm sorry, you need to say otro a letter at the command a Ecowas court no. Right now no yana entity na yakofa a news. Sonkoso at a bread more yabeja for any table. For us family before I started Jumedi like Jumedi to share subscribe to the channel. But notification bell, I don't mind that fast aboso. We are like in the share my own sent to me kabi. And yet the letter or the command Ecowas say on one TRC say Mahama I president and a na dear so no. And then on my bar my dismiss a yes and let them come much traffic sense be more on which say a nance papa was or the babedo mona. No ho en someone never no through their investigations no or chair crow a chief justice. A Supreme Chief Justice no or chair or akunyana so cry na go so free so that o ma dismiss na o mo say fa so bia ne so o mo beka ho asem nti go for that me ene madam tokono o manim eguase ye pa abusuafo meshem se mami akọ yankwaje bre ne atena se ne tie nsem e ko so hanum Ghana politics avenue so yankopon on show bibia.
So Hamza is of the opinion that he must come out and substantiate the claims that he's making. Perhaps the OSP must invite him to come and substantiate those claims, and that it borders on corruption and so on. Obviously, what do you make of this?
I think that Hamza is on the right path. Okay. What Hamza is seeking to do is to establish the facts.
Right.
To find out whether indeed what he's saying is true or not.
Right.
And if it's established that what he's saying is true, there are different courses of action that ought to be taken.
Right.
So Hamza is not condemning Kennedy Japan as it were. He's saying that he's made allegations. These allegations ought to be investigated, and the truth of the allegations ought to be established. That's what he's saying.
Right.
And who can disagree with that? You know. As for those who are calling for his dismissal from the New Patriotic Party and so on, I think they must also answer the very crucial question of whether or not what he's saying is true. And if what he's saying is true, why then do you call for his dismissal? If he's saying something which is true, if he's offering genuine advice about how to revitalize the party, which is the duty of every party member. Of course, if what he's saying is not true and is calculated to smear, leaders of the party as well, that's another matter.
But the NPP has a position on this matter. Why did he go off that position?
But if that position is faulty, if that position is false, you understand? If indeed it is true that the Agenda 111 hospitals have not been completed because those who won the contract sold the contracts to people who cannot complete it and so on, why shouldn't he say it? Is he not a Ghanaian? Is he not entitled as a Ghanaian to protect the public purse? He is.
You're throwing your party's dirty linen in the public.
Oh,
but that's anti-party behavior.
But Moro, what comes first?
Well, Ghana first, I agree.
I would think that all party members, including Collins, would place Ghana first. I'm sure that if we were to ask Alhaji Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, that in the scheme of things, what does he place first? He will place Ghana first.
Well, that's true.
Understand? So, if he's placing Ghana first, and it's what we expect everybody, every Ghanaian to do, what is wrong with that?
But the party people are saying they're tired of him.
Unless what he's saying is not true. So the first thing to do is to establish whether or not what he's saying is true or not. That's the first thing. If it's not true, that's a different matter. If it is true, why dismiss him? When he's doing what the party itself promises to do when elected to power. NPP promises that when it is elected to power, it will protect the public purse. It will make sure that contracts are awarded properly and that contracts are executed and so on. That's the promise the party is making. So if he's insisting on what the party itself promises to do, what is the problem? Unless, of course, that what he's saying is not true. Then, the disciplinary question arises.
Collins, you have a better appreciation of your party's constitution. Would you say that Ken's attitude is anti-party behavior? Has it flouted any provisions of your constitution, for which reason you think that he should be sanctioned? Because we all know what your position on this Afariwa and the CWA hospitals matter is. You've said that, look, you shouldn't take the blame. That the NDC is now in power, they should fix it. But he now comes and says that, no, you can't say that. You take the blame. You were in power for 8 years. And he goes beyond that. He makes certain comments as well. Now your party people are very, very unhappy. They said, we're tired of Kennedy Japan. You know, we has to be called to order.
You shouldn't speak the truth.
Well, if he's going to head the party, please keep quiet.
So first of all, the party has not said that Honorable Kennedy Japan should not speak the truth.
Right.
So what did Mr. Japan say? He went to the hospital to do some donation on his birthday.
Yeah.
Which is quite normal of him, because I've seen quite a number of donations that he's made to various hospitals. And then he was interviewed at the ceremony. Then he said that the MPP should, as it were, just keep quiet, because we did nothing in our 8 years. And these are his words. We did nothing in the 8 years.
I mean, about those hospitals.
Yes. The question for me is it true that the MPP did nothing in the 8 years they were in power about those two hospitals? Because the records are clear that when the NDC was leaving power, those hospitals were at certain percentages of completion. And when MPP was leaving power, it had moved to a certain percentage. That alone should settle the matter. That it cannot be said that the MPP did nothing in the 8 years when we were in power about those two hospitals. I think that should settle that matter. No, I think it's my point. That should settle that matter.
Yeah.
So if the hospital was 30%, and when MPP took over, and when MPP was leaving, it's 90%, you can't say that the MPP did nothing in the 8 years that they were in power.
Right.
That statement cannot be factual. So the MPP is not saying Honorable Kennedy Japan should not speak the truth. He has every right to speak the truth. But what he said and what the facts are, there is a huge variance. And that, I think that is the point that some members of the party are making. Especially when the morning before he had that encounter with the media, the health committee, the defense committee members and health committee members of parliament had held a press conference and put out the facts as we know it in the press. Yeah. Then in the afternoon, he says that virtually we should shut up, we couldn't complete it. Yes, we did not complete it. If we had completed it, I'm sure it would have been in operation. But it's not fair for you to say that we did nothing within 8 years when the facts do not support that. I think what got people even more worried was later on in the afternoon when he had an interview on his own radio station. And I think what got people very worried was when he said he was going to deal with the party, and that if anybody, as it were, is not friendly to him in terms of communication, he was going to, by 1st of July or next year.
Are you sure that is what he said?
No, he said that.
No. He has, if anybody is not friendly to him.
Oh, no. Well, he didn't
no,
add that.
I'm paraphrasing it.
He's adding his.
No, I'm paraphrasing it.
He's not quoting him.
Oh, I'm not quoting him.
Then you're right.
That's not what
No,
he
that's
said.
not
No,
what he said.
That can be.
Yes, he said he's going to deal with the party. You are in a political party. We love him. He's one of our very, very revered and respected persons. You want to deal with the party that you belong to. Which way? How? You are a member of the Catholic Church. We have rules and regulations governing the Catholic Church. Few people within the Catholic Church make this very bad comment about you. You get angry. And then your response is that you are going to deal with the Catholic Church.
The MPP is not the Catholic Church anyway. So
No, I'm just giving an example. I said an example. And when I was listening to him, clearly he was angered. So I take it that those words, because I know Mr. Kennedy Japan loves the MPP. I know he's a party person. So I'm not too sure he will want to destroy or kill the party. But sometimes, you manage the language even in the strongest of provocations. Otherwise, the collective interest of the party cannot You get the point? It cannot be destroyed by your anger. And I must also make this point very clear. Some members of our party, communicators, who insult him, I don't see the benefit that will bring to our party.
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense. Those who use all kinds of language against him, saying all kinds of things, it doesn't solve any problem if you insult him in Japan. And when they went for the primaries, I supported Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. Today, if I see Honorable Kennedy Japan, I will not be afraid or shy to go to him. Because my campaign was civil. I spoke about my candidate. I did not insult him. I will be surprised if he's angry at me. He will be angry at me because maybe I didn't choose him to support him. But he will not be angry that I insulted him. Because I never did. And that is a caution to all of us as members of the party. Insulting each other does not solve any problem. If you disagree with Honorable Kennedy Japan, why are you insulting him? So, whilst we are pleading with him to be very cautious when making comments about the party, you are going to deal with the party. You are going to do the party. The party is all we have. So if you say you are going to deal with it, obviously all the other members of the party will obviously try to protect the party.
Yeah.
We will not agree with you when you say that. You get the point I'm making. But if there are specific individuals who made some very, very distasteful remarks about you, you can deal with them. He as a member of the party can send petitions to the party to deal with them, just as the members of the party have sent petitions to bring him to the disciplinary committee for a discussion. I'm sure he also has the right to do so. And I'm pleading, let's solve internal problems internally. It helps all of us. The 2028 election is not going to be a child's play. We need everybody, everybody. And I'm happy with the flag bearer. He has shown commitment after the election. He's visited all of them. All of them pledged their support to him. I read the write-up from Mr. Brian Champong, very beautiful write-up, calling on all to come together and rally behind the candidates. So please, let's be factual with our commentary. Ghana first, no doubt about it. But we belong to a particular group, a particular party, which has rules and regulations governing our activities. It is always better and wise to fight your internal battles internally than to bring it to the public domain. These are my few comments.
But Collins, has the NPP as a political tradition run out of ideas on how to manage Kenny Japan? This is not the first time we're discussing Kenny Japan and some tantrums that he's put out. I mean, it's come up several times that he's made certain comments that the party people are not happy about it, and nothing has happened, and it's repeated itself again. Where do you think, where lies
there's no problem.
The difficulty?
There's no difficulty.
Okay.
We have our own internal mechanisms in dealing with our internal problems. Okay. I will not come here and tell you.
But doesn't the fact that it keeps repeating itself means that there's a challenge?
I'm saying that we'll solve our internal problems internally.
That internal problem, that internal mechanism and so on, it's not a secret, Collins. Why are you making it look like
But I'm saying that he wants me
to... You have a disciplinary process.
Yes, but he wants me to come and sit here and talk about why we've not been able to. If we've gone behind the scenes to have discussions behind the scenes, why do you want you to come and discuss here? I am saying that I'm cautioning everybody. Everybody should calm down. Honorable Ken is a member of the party. He's not left the party. Yes, if I listen to his audio, clearly there was some anger somewhere. I don't think Honorable Ken wants the party to collapse. Where will he be going to? NDC. He said, worst things about NDC. Will you go there too? No, he will not. He will not. And the communication...
He can form a new party.
Oh, I'm crazy. Well, he has the right to form a new party.
And there are more parties than NPP and NDC.
I'm saying he can form.
There's PNC.
We don't have a problem. But we all know PNC. PNC we know it's a political party. But we know the dominant ones. we know the dominant ones.
But who says we'll be dominant forever?
Oh, but for now, it will not change. It will not affect the next election anyway. It will not change. PNC will not win the 2028 election.
Well,
they will not. They will not. That's a fact. I'm busy.
There are some
Bernard
people.
Mona is listening to you.
Oh, he's my friend. He knows he's not going to win.
Yeah.
There are some people who
not
actually
gonna
think.
read.
There are some of your colleagues who actually think that he can leave the party for all they care. It's not.
Well,
gonna-
that is not my
the
attitude.
MPP will not
Politics
collapse.
is a numbers game. I will not advocate for anybody to leave the party. My caution is that let's rein everybody in. Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia needs everybody to prosecute his campaign.
Right.
But of course, if you're a member of a group and consistently you decide to disregard the rules and regulations, it gets to a point everybody tries to say, then let's put him aside and move on.
As a Yabrel.
Yeah, let's move on. But I don't think Honorable Ken is
You don't think
not.
you're there yet?
He's an MPP man. He will stay. He will stay. We will solve our internal problems internally, and I'm telling you, we will come out very strong.
Because you know that politics is also, if you like to call it a game, it's also a game of principle.
Of course.
So it's not just
Of
numbers.
course.
You know.
Of course. I believe that.
All right. Yeah, Ghana Politics Avenue. Soon for Gurian, and you did Mediway, Ebebremo. Who already Medina, like Senate down there, and the Marian Fisop share on your monson sat to me a keb. But notification bell, so I don't want Senate, political trending news. We have the 2 months on Sat, a bit to my cabinet, ocean and so on. Unya information and I always be a far small one tiasia. Trust comment section of Ghana Politics, a better brain watch your children on tiasia. Meda ubi bias in a hat and embrace so, Bema Coin set me from my crown.